Hey, what's going on? This is Chris from NCG Gaming, back with another college football 26 film breakdown for you all. If you watched my last video, you saw me win Natty number 5 with USC in the current dynasty I'm in. And today, this is some gameplay from my current playoff run for Chase to number 6. Right now, there's me and one other user with 5 championships in the league. So we're both in the playoffs, racing to get that coveted championship number 6 as we wrap up the 2026 cycle before 2027 drops next week. This first game is against Rice. I got a shout out to the Rice user Bug. He has turned Rice from a 1 star program to I think a 4, maybe 4.5 star program. And as you can see by the ratings, we're dead even across the board. And I really just gotta give kudos to him for building this program up over the years and getting to a point where he has a home field playoff game in the playoffs. So really good work by him. We've played a few games over the course of this dynasty, and I don't think he's ever beaten me, but he always plays hard, and we have pretty good games, and this was another good one. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the gameplay here. So starting the game off here, I get ball first. And whenever I get ball first, obviously I'm looking to get points on whatever drive I'm on. But first drive, especially, I'm just trying to establish the run early and often, establish my game plan, short, quick passes, get my quarterback into a rhythm. And so number 41 here, he's my Alvin Kamara of the team. He's my a north-south receiver, running back archetype, which has become one of my favorite archetypes as far as running backs go because I love to throw the ball to the running back at the backfield. As you see, I do here to get a nice play down inside the red zone. Um, but those north-south receivers, they get pretty good abilities and they're usually pretty fast as well. So um, 41 gets back in the game here to finish off the drive with a touchdown, and that's exactly how I want to start the game off. Playoff game on the road, I get ball first, I get a touchdown on the first drive, and things off to a great start. So on defense here, I'm just looking to have not give up any big plays, staying into just kind of base coverage shows. Don't want to give up any one play touchdown. Just want to kind of scope out to see what my opponent likes to do, pick up on tendencies and stuff like that. So here he's trying to establish his run game. And number 11 flies into the back foot and gets attacked for a loss. Number 11 is he's everywhere this game. You'll see he's one of the best players on my team. And here he hits me with a nice RPO down the seam. It's one of those RPOs that you can hot route the receiver and they catch you flat-footed, and you're gonna give you a big play every single time. So I need to definitely keep my eye on that as the game progresses. And here I just drop a pick, and I cannot wait for timing-based catching in college football 27. Long are the days of just dropping interceptions left and right. Now, if you green it, you're going to catch it. If not, you know, best of luck to you. So I love just adding that skill gap to the game because stuff like that just sucks to happen. And then you see it 2 plays later, he scores a touchdown. And now we're back on offense, about to throw a pick six myself. Fortunately, he swatted that away. And then I try to go down the seam, throw a dot here, but 5'9" receiver shouldn't expect him to catch that ball. So I'm here and doing a jet sweep to him to make it a fourth and manageable. And I easily pick up the fourth down on the next play. And now I'm just getting back into my rhythm on offense, running the ball, picking up a nice another chunk yard play. Number 41's having a great game on the ground already. And here on first and 10, I see the post route get open and I throw a beautiful blue pass and I overthrow it by about a yard or so. And that really sucks getting a blue pass overthrow, but I understand that sometimes, you drop back too far and you get a overthrow. And then the next play, unfortunately, I fumble off a big hit stick. And now we're back on defense. And I'm sure he's feeling pretty good getting that early turnover. And now he's trying to establish the run. And on this next play, I get a nice little play. Number 11 again, just making plays, forcing a third and two. And then he hits me with a nice quick out route to pick up the first down and keep those chains moving. Still trying to establish that run. He's not getting as many yards as he wants. I mean, I would take 4 yards all day, but guys seem to abandon the run pretty quickly from people I played, and then the next play he takes a sack and force him to a 3rd and 21. And if for whatever reason, I just overthink these 3rd and 4th and longs. I'm on a safety here, using a safety, which I never do, and I give up a long crossing route over the top, and just silly user play by me. And 3rd and 21, I gotta get better on those because I give up those way, way too often. Second down here, nice play. I thought he dropped it, but he actually gained 3 yards there. And then on this third down here, I get another sack, and guess who? Number 11 in the backfield once again, and I'm forcing him to a punt. Fumble didn't hurt me at all, which is great. And now I'm back to cook on offense, getting into a nice rhythm again with my quarterback. Nice quick throws, uh, nice easy reads. Don't want to complicate things too much. Got a nice little post right over the middle here. Overthrew it by just a little bit, but great diving catch to pick up that first down. Here I'm looking to take a deep shot on first down. It's not there, but I do have a playmaker on the dig route across the middle to still get that big gain I was looking for. And then from here in the red zone, I'm just trying not to make any crazy mistakes. So I run the ball and I find a nice cutback lane and get inside the 2 yard line once again. And 41 is just going to go ahead and punch this on into the end zone for a second touchdown of the game, right at the 2 minute warning. Here, I'm doing an onside kick only because I'm on the 50-yard line. So whenever I get a roughing the kicker on an extra attempt, I go ahead and onside kick it. Very low risk, high reward type of scenario. So whenever you guys get a roughing the kicker on an extra point, just go ahead and onside kick it. It's like you might as well. You might get the ball back. If you don't, your opponent's on the 40. It's not a big deal. But inside 2 minute warning, I'm sure he's trying to get some points before the half, and he does get the ball after half. So trying to double dip here. I know that's what I like to do in these situations. So in my mind, I'm just really just trying to make sure I don't give up more than 3 points at this point. And he's doing a good job driving on the field, killing a little bit of clock. I'm starting to kind of use some timeouts so I can preserve as much time as possible, so I can maybe get some points before the half. And here he gets another throw out of a sack. And my D line played really well today. I think it was mostly because my coverage was pretty good on the back end. He had to hold the ball a lot longer than he wanted, and his quarterback took a lot of hits this game. And even if I'm not getting sacks, just getting those constant hits on the quarterback is that wear and tear adds up over the course of the game. And back on offense, I get a nice post route down the field and I overthrow that. And the bump that created separation kind of slowed my receiver down there. So understandable why I overthrew that. So I come back here on a 3rd and 6 and pick up a nice first down to my running back. Trying for a deep shot here to get in field goal range to my tight end who has 50-50, but he can't quite hold on to it. Takes a hit, gets the knockout. And here, my opponent goes into a prevent defense and gives up a long crossing route, and that's all I need to get in the field goal range, and I get my three before half. And here we are in the second half, back on defense, and just trying to get a stop. It's second half, so my defense is to a rhythm. I'm kind of noticing what he likes to do and how he likes to play. So I'm playing pretty good coverage, and I'm forcing him to a lot of third downs and fourth downs. So I feel good, but the next step for me is just to make sure I stop him on those third and fourth downs. And so here on 3rd and 9, I do force him to a 4th and 3. Obviously he goes for it, and I see the dig route developing over the middle, but my safety is a little too slow and can't get there in time to make a play on it. So he gets a nice catch and run for a pretty big game on that third down. And then he goes back to that RPO streak down the middle with no safety help and gets an easy touchdown. And now we're tied up 17-17, and I'm not worried at all. Every time I touch the ball, I feel like I can score a touchdown. And here I start the drive off with a nice running back down the seam here. And I'm just getting my quarterback, like I said, he's into a rhythm at this point. I'm feeling very confident on my throws. And this when I get a little too overconfident and throw it right to his curl flat out there on this out route. I thought I can get it over the top there. I should have highballed it. Maybe I would have got it there, but I didn't. And I threw a pick. However, on the very next play, I forced him into a bad throw, and he throws a pick right to my linebacker, and he has enough speed to go ahead and take it all the way to the crib for 6, and now we're up 7. back on defense, and that really swung momentum a lot my way. However, he did come back and did a great job of shaking that pick six off and putting together a pretty solid drive afterwards. I'm still still making him hold the ball a little longer than he wants. Making Reed's tough for him, but he's still able to find Reed's, and he hits me with a nice route across the middle on a 3rd and 3 where I just kind of bailed, did a cover zero, which I don't really like to do. And that's the reason why, but I do like to mix it in just to kind of confuse folks here and there. But you know, it does give up a lot of big plays, unfortunately, and now he's back in the red zone. Uh, Only down by 7. So big drive of the game right here. Um, I get a nice tackle there, another 3rd and short for him. So he's staying in front of the chains pretty well. And then I get a nice knockout on this 3rd down to force a 4th and 3. And huge play in the game where my D lineman just comes through on a stunt and gets a big time sack on 4th and 3. And then the very next play, number 41, continuing his huge day on the ground with an 80-yard touchdown right after the 4th down stop. And this is basically the turning point of the game where, I really kind of took control. Again, onside kick, now I'm on the 50. I didn't get it. I'm very, very bad at onside kicks. I need to get like some onside kick cheese for 27 so I can start to recover some of these. I feel like I never recover them, but either way, I'm still up by 14. Quarterback's taking punishment. He's starting to get that wear and tear on him later in the game. Our defense is really, really coming alive here. He's still taking shots. But he's still fighting. I mean, like I said, I'm getting him into a lot of 3rd down situations, but he's making the right reads on those 3rd and 4th downs and still, moving the ball. And then here, just a bad user by me. I give him credit for a good, underthrow on the giving the receiver a chance, but I gotta be better on my user there. But I do get a sack on the next play, and number 11 again, just continue to make plays for me. Then on this next play, he tried to throw it underneath, takes a big shot. I'm defense. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling good. And then on this play, I call a random cover 3 blitz, something I never call. That's just kind of what happens when I get too overconfident in the game. I just kind of start calling whatever, and I kind of lose focus and not really checked out. Just like I said, feeling overconfident, just feeling like anything I can do is going to work, and that didn't work out, and I gave up an easy touchdown. But now we're back on offense, and it's fourth quarter time. So we putting our fours up, and even though we're up by 7, we're still staying aggressive. We're still trying to get points on the board because no lead is safe in this game. I've noticed I've given up big leads before in the fourth quarter, so I learned my lesson and just always want to stay aggressive. But at the same time, I always am mindful of the clock. Clock management, game management is something I pride myself on, and something that's is going to win me a lot of games. I know, so I'm always looking to, obviously move the ball, get points, but also keep control of that clock. But anyway, good drive after giving up a touchdown to get myself back in that 14-point lead. And 4.5 minutes left. I'm just keeping everything in front of me. I'm done with the funky play calling. Here, he does catch me in man coverage and gets a nice crossing route over the middle here for a big gain. But from there on, like I said, I'm keeping everything in front of me. I'm not doing anything crazy with blitzes. I'm just, making him work for all his points from here on out. No more quick touchdowns or quick drives. So 4 minutes left. um, he takes a shot down deep to his best receiver, and I do a good job my user here and getting a nice interception on the sidelines. And 4 minutes left. I'm looking for this to be the last drive of the game. He should have got me in a nice backfield tackle, but number 5 is a little too slippery and was able to pick up 5 yards on that. And that's just a demoralizing play. You think you got a tackle for a loss, then I get 5 yards, and I come back with a swing pass and get a first down. I mean, you know, bad luck on his part. You know, and I'm gonna take that every single time. It happens. It's a game, especially in college. Just things like that happen, especially when you have that momentum. Um, weird things tend to happen. But anyway, I'm trying to run the clock. He knows it, so he's get some good run defense. He's starting to use timeouts, starting to try to get the ball back, and I feel him. But on this 3rd down, I'm never worried. I know I can get some good routes on the field, and I hit this nice out route to my slot receiver to pick up the big time first down, and we're still keeping the chains moving, still keeping that clock moving. Um, he's starting to run out of timeouts. Uh, Here, nice little RPO just to kind of keep things moving along. And then third and four, I go ahead and cook up this comeback route on the right side. Hadn't seen it all game, so I figured this is the best time to pull it out. And one-on-one coverage, that route just cooks every single time. And yeah, so at this point, I am just gonna be get this last first down, run the clock out, and we're gonna get out of here with a first round playoff win. So again, shout out to Boog. Great dynasty you put together with Rice, my friend. I know you'll do great things in 27. If you made it this far in the video, please like, comment, subscribe. I will be having my next playoff game uploaded very soon. My next round matchup is against the commissioner of the league. He has Alabama, a team full of five-star players, a lot of guys that he's uh, stolen in recruiting battles from me. And so I was definitely looking forward to this game, and it should be another good one. So again, this is Chris from NCG Gaming, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.